Today I will take a class of chapter 5. Okay, today students will see the video that is given about chapter 5, means Indian subcontinent in the 6th century BC. Means what happened in the time of 6th century BC, which kings came, কোন রাজারা এসেছিল, তাদেরকে কি বলা হতো, হুইচ কিংডমস দে অকুপাইড, তারা কি কিংডমস অকুপাই করেছিল, ঠিক আছে, সেটা নিয়ে ইউ উইল রিড দ্যাট থিংস ইন দিস চ্যাপ্টার. Now in the previous chapter you all read about chapter number 4, you all read about what happened before 6th century BC. So before 6th century BC what happened, that things you read in chapter number 4. But in the time of 6th century BC, which kings came, which kingdoms they occupied, how did they rule in the kingdoms, that we now that things we will read in this chapter. Now in the 6th century BC, first of all you have to know that the areas which the villages were there, that area it is written Jana. Now Jana, which is the thing you have to know first of all, that the areas which surrounding the village, that area known as Jana, and the village area centering the smaller kingdoms which were grown up, that smaller kingdoms were called Jannapada. It is written, you find. Now the people who used to settle there in those areas, those people are called Jonogon, and the as they were settled down there permanently on a certain strip of land, so that land becomes a smaller kingdom, and that is called Jannapada. Now at the beginning of the 6th century BC we come to know about several Jannapadas, other such smaller kingdoms or Jannapadas known from the names of the rulers. Now rulers, kings who used to live there, from their name these kingdoms were there. Now later bigger kingdoms emerged in those kingdoms, and that bigger kingdoms were called Mahajjanapadas, and gradually among many Mahajjanapadas or bigger kingdoms, one of the most known or powerful bigger kingdoms or Mahajjanapada is Magadha. Magadha is a place. Okay, now around 6th century BC the power of the Jannapada began to increase, and power of Magadha began to increase. They used to expand their area in other kingdoms, they become a more bigger kingdoms, it is written there. So those larger kingdoms, as they having a more power in them, so that areas were certainly called as Mahajjanapadas. Now these areas used to collected more treasure, and they used to increase their influence more. Those kingdoms or those kings used to collect their treasure from those poor people, and they used to increase their influence over others. Now there we find frequent battles occur between those. Now it is written here that there are 16 Mahajjanapadas. Among them the 16 Mahajjanapadas, 4 Mahajjanapadas remain, 4 powerful Mahajjanapadas remain, and the name of them was Avanti, Vatsa, Khosla and Magadha. Okay, so you have to first of all you have to know the name of the 4 Mahajjanapadas. One is Avanti, Vatsa, third one is Khosla, and the most powerful one is Maghada. Now, why 16 Mahajanapadas became four? It was reduced to four because I earlier told you that severe battles were used to occur between them. And they used to defeat them. One kingdom used to defeat another kingdom. In this way, civil battles were occurred, civil war, conflict occurred between them, and as a result, it reduced to become four powerful Mahajanapada, or four powerful bigger kingdoms. Now, these four powerful bigger kingdoms were constantly again fought against each other, and the only powerful one that is remained, that is Maghada. Okay, now most of the 16 Mahajanapadas, they used to settle down. Where they used to settle down? They used to settle down in central and in the northern India. And in South India, only one place was there, it was Asamaka. And in Central and North India, that is four Mahajanapadas were there. Now in Ganga Jamuna Dev is the most powerful region, powerful bigger kingdoms. It is here you can find, I given brackets, Ganga Jamuna Dev was the vast powerful region, and therefore there was no geographical barrier to expand the territory through military conquest. Okay, now Ganga Jamuna Dev is the most powerful region, and there was no barrier to expand territory of Ganga Jamuna Dev. So due to adequate rainfall, due to better agriculture, due to better forest, due to better traveling facility of water and in rivers, okay, Mahajanapadas of that region become so powerful. So Mahajanapadas of that region become so much পাওয়ারফুল। যেহেতু গঙ্গাটি ভ্যালিতে ভালো এগ্রিকালচার হতো, ভালো ল্যান্ড হতো, ভালো এলিফ্যান্ট, ভালো ওয়াটার আসতো, সে কারণে গঙ্গা যমুনা ডোব ছিল সবথেকে মোস্ট পাওয়ারফুল এরিয়া। অ্যান্ড ইউ হ্যাভ টু রিড দিস এরিয়া। নাও সিস্টেম অফ দ্য মহাজনপদাস। নাও সিস্টেম অফ দ্য মহাজনপদাস is very much important. You have to know about the system. That is, first of all, the rule of kings is the main thing in those bigger kingdoms, and those kings were called as monarchy. Those kings were called monarchy, and that state where they occupied, that state were called monarchical states. Okay, understand? Now someone from the another dynasty, if defeat those kings, then they used to assist the king in that administration. Okay, now here king used to rule, and the king were called monarchy, and the king where ruled, that area is called monarchical states. Okay, now there was a committee with having a king. King is the main power of that administration, so there was a committee, একটা কমিটি ওখানে গঠন আছে, and that committee was advised the king on several issues. So as the king was the main area of that region, so there was a committee, and committee used to advise the king regarding decision of several issues. Okay, now these things you have to first know. Now one such monarchical Mahajanapada area, you know, that is Maghada. So before 6th century BC, this area was not so much powerful, but in 6th century BC it become more powerful. Slowly that area become more powerful. Okay, and Maghada, what we called modern day, that is Bihar. Okay, now the capital of Maghada was Rajgira. or Pataliputra. Okay, now this kingdom of Magadha later becomes surrounded by river and hills, and as it was surrounded by river and hills, therefore to protect themselves from external invasion, agricultural land was there, number of elephants, number of forest was there, then there was iron and copper mines in the area of Magadha. Now commercial area it was a commercial area as there was water and land available. Due to all those advantages, Magadha became a most powerful kingdom. Understand? And most powerful kingdom. Now system, I think you understand up to this, that what is the system. Now here king used to rule, কিংকে বলা হতো মোনার্কি, অ্যান্ড মোনার্কি যেহেতু কিংকে বলা হতো সেই জন্য কিং কী করতো না এই মোনার্কিক্যাল অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশনটা দেখতো, এবং সেখানে একটা কমিটি ছিল, দ্য কমিটি ইউজ টু অ্যাডভাইস দ্য কিং রিগার্ডিং এনি ম্যাটার, অ্যান্ড দিস Magadha legion later in the 6th century BC become more powerful due to some advantages which was written in this paragraph, that why Magadha region becomes so much powerful. Now certain Mahajjanapadas were there which was non-monarchical. They are called Gano or Songo, means কিছু Mahajjanapadas or কিংরা ছিল যাদেরকে বলা হতো গণ বা সঙ্গ, তাদের মধ্যে কোনো monarchical বা রুল অফ কিংস ছিল না। দে ওয়ার দ্য মালা অ্যান্ড দ্য ভ্রিজা, তাদেরকে বলা হতো মালা or ভাজি or ভ্রিজি বলা হতো তাদেরকে, মালা অ্যান্ড ভ্রিজি, what we call the two group, one is mala, another is vriji. They were, and songo, songo was made between them, and they were called mala and vriji. They were the tribal people. Okay, they were not the king, and those tribal people in those time decided through debates and discussion that what they will do in their areas. No woman used to participate in that discussion, only those tribal men will discuss and they about them. Now those monarchical Mahajanapadas wanted to take those area of tribal people, and they wanted to take their independence, okay, from them. So later these Bhaji or Mala, these tribal people later became independent. How? By in the age of Gautam Buddha, these Bhajis or tribal people later become united and independent. How they become independent? Now Gautam Buddha used to advise them regarding some matter, that how those people will maintain some rules and regulations. Okay, so in this way Gautam Buddha advised some things for the improvement of them, of the tribal people. Now what they advise, it is written here in this paragraph, that how those group of tribal people improve their rules, okay, to maintain their administration of states. So there are 7 rules you have to know from here, that there are 7 rules. First of all, what Gautam Buddha tell them, that that Vajis have to organize frequent sabha to rule their kingdom. Okay, now they have to do all their work in a united way, so that no one will fight against one another, and they have to make a sabha. They also have to have a function as per the rules made by them. Understand? They have to make some function, they have to make some rules. Now the people have to need to listen the other people of the elders, okay, and the woman was there always also to be respected, and care also to be taken to the temples and the gods of those areas or of the Vajis. Now cruelty towards trees, animals, and birds of the Bhaji area was prohibited. So these 7 rules Gautam Buddha made for those tribal people, as the monarchical kings used to occupy those kingdoms, want to occupy those kingdoms. Okay, so Gautam Buddha made some rules that we will never disturb those Bhaji people, as they will work unitedly, and you will never cut down trees, animals, or defeat the birds of those tribal people or areas, as they will remain other, যেহেতু যাতে তারা আলাদা থাকতে পারে, ভাজি পিপল যাতে আলাদা থাকতে পারে, তার জন্য সেই এরিয়ার সাথে কোনো রকম কোনো ডিফিট না হয়, কোনো রাজা যাতে আঘাত না করে, সেই হিসাবে দ্যাট এরিয়াকে কনজার্ভ করার জন্য 7 rules মেড বাই গৌতম বুদ্ধা for those tribal or group for those Bhaji people. Okay, now you students, you all please read these pages about the system, about the Mahajjanapada, and about what is Jannapada and what is Mahajjanapada. Now that you all please listen the video carefully, and you all should give answer to the questions. I will give you some home tasks. You have to submit the home tasks in time after the school will reopen. Understand?